Okay, well this is another cigarette review. These are the Eagle 20 Menthol Silvers. I reviewed the Eagle 20 Reds yesterday. Not a very good cigarette. They're decent for the money. They only sell these in a silver, which I'm assuming means light. I don't think they even sell a full flavor Eagle 20's menthol. Very, very cheap foil, nothing on it. That's what the cigarettes look like right there. Take this one out. They didn't really pack down that much for how hard I hit them. Very menthol smelling. Reminds me of a Newport, the way it smells. Very menthol, kind of sweet smelling. Very light smelling. There's the color of the tobacco there, if that'll even pick up, I'm not sure. It's kind of a light colored tobacco in it. These have thrown me before. The last pack smelled sweet and did not taste sweet at all, and that was the full flavors. I've heard these are supposed to be quite a bit better than the full flavors. Produces a decent amount of smoke for being what I consider a light cigarette. It does have these perforations, one line of them through there. I normally cover those up with my fingers like so. Not a bad tasting cigarette. Along the lines of a Newport, I'd say. If you like Newport, these are almost the identical flavor. Eagle 20's Menthol Silver. They have a very, very, very similar taste to a Newport. We'll see if they keep having that or if it changes. I gotta say I'm impressed with these. They're a light cigarette, but not too light. They are menthol, and they have a light menthol taste, almost like a Camel Crush or something might before you crush the filter. Very decent so far, and these are much better than the Eagle 20 Reds. I haven't tried the blues or any of the other Eagle 20 brands as of yet. This is made by Medallion Brands in North Carolina. Very smooth, is not leaving a bitter taste in my mouth like the Reds. The Eagle 20 Reds left a very bitter aftertaste. These aren't doing that. Excuse me. Clearing up my sinuses quite a bit. These are almost like a Marlboro Menthol Light, but a little bit stronger. Very similar to a Newport, I'd say. I'm going to see how it feels going down my throat and see if there's any harshness to it. No harshness at all. A very cool, refreshing menthol flavor all the way down my throat into my lungs. Very easy to smoke. Not quite as fast burning of a cigarette as the Reds for some reason. Even though they're light, I would have expected this to burn quite a bit faster. These are a very, very cheap brand of cigarettes, but I have to say these are right up there with any other pack of menthols you might buy. Just as good as Newports or I'd say now that the cigarette is a little bit more than halfway gone, this tastes a lot more like a Marlboro Menthol Light than it does a Newport. When I first lit it, it tasted almost exactly like a Newport. Now that it's burnt down halfway, it's tasting much more like a Marlboro Menthol Light. I give this cigarette 4.5 out of 5 stars. I mean, it's delicious. It's a very, very, very good cigarette for the price, and even not for the price. I mean, this right here is up there with any of your top brand menthols. Like I said, I give it a 4 out of 5 stars, or a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It's almost a perfect cigarette. It's not quite mentholy enough for me, but yeah, I definitely recommend the Eagle 20's Menthol Silver. Let's see how this last drag tastes. Almost as smooth as the first drag, but it's changed flavor halfway through the cigarette. At first it tasted like a Newport, now it tastes like a Marlboro Menthol Light. Very, very decent cigarette. If you see these and you've never tried them, I'd recommend you pick some of these up. These would be an everyday smoking cigarette. These are very, very decent even for a cheap brand. I mean, I didn't think that they'd rank 4 out of 5 stars. I thought I would give them maybe 2 or 3 at the most, but a very, very, very good cigarette. But I guess that's all.